day one of our workshop around communities. Bridget Bartlett is our guest. If you don't know who Bridget is, I am so excited to introduce her. She has been a rising star for a couple of years in a row, I feel like, on the affiliate side quite a bit, and she's done phenomenal, cool things in our community. She's got ton of trainings. You have a YouTube channel as well, if I can remember correctly. You have your own community, obviously, as well. And I'm excited that you said yes, Bridget. And we have 3 days of amazing content to go through around building a community and a coaching program around it and things like that. Bridget, welcome in to our 3-day workshop.
Thank you so much for having me. I could not be more excited, honestly, because if high level comes calling, you'd be crazy to say no. So thank
I
you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So without any further ado, Bridget, there's a lot of people that don't know you just yet. I've got the chance to meet you in person a couple of times, I feel like, either at the mastermind or the summit for sure. And this is before you won all the Teslas, if I'm not remember if I remember correctly. But tell us about your journey. Who is Bridget Bartlett? Go back maybe, 10 years of your journey in digital marketing. Like give us a rundown of Cliff Notes of your entrepreneurial journey.
It kind of all started when I was about 30. I'm 45 now. I was in pharmacy for like 20 years before I quit and started my own agency. But I was like most people, I felt like I was counting the minutes until retirement. And I would hear even the pharmacists, I was a technician, so I didn't make pharmacists money. But even the pharmacists, they would still be counting the seconds until retirement. And I just thought there has to be more to life than just working every single day, 40 hours, doing your time, and then eventually, hopefully, at the end of your working life, you can retire and do what you want. So I just thought that was so crazy. Why do I need to wait until I'm 65 or 67 to start enjoying my life? So I started down this I was doing like drop shipping before I even knew that like drop shipping was a thing. I thought I'd like cornered the market and I just discovered something cool that I could do. So that didn't work out very well. And then I was working with a couple MLMs. That wasn't for me. What I couldn't stand about that was like all of the manual actions that you need to do. And I was working full time. So I didn't have time to like spend all day on Facebook asking manually like pre-qualifying people and doing all these things that we do. So I just thought there has to be a better way of automating this. Fast forward about 5 years, my husband was an over-the-road truck driver and he was in a really bad accident in the semi. And it was one of those times where you kind of reevaluate your life, like, okay, what do I want to do? And I would ask him, which is so funny because I still ask people to this day, like in 5 years, if you woke up excited, because what we all do is like the first thing that we do when we wake up, the alarm clock goes off and we instantly think about like, what are we going to do that day? So I asked him, like, what would make you, if you put yourself in that situation, what would make you excited to jump out of bed? What would make it like, I can't wait? Because I guarantee if I said, hey, you all want a trip to the Bahamas and we're going tomorrow morning, when you woke up, you'd be like, whoa, we're going to the Bahamas today. I'm super excited. That's what I wanted. And that's what I wanted him to have. So when I asked him that question, he said, well, really, if I could just like mow grass all day, then I would be like the happiest person in the world. Just hop on a lawnmower. And it's funny because a lot of guys will tell you that. If I could just hop on a lawnmower and just spend my day doing that, I'd be so happy. So that's what we did. We started a lawn care business, and like most people, we passed out flyers on mailboxes. We posted in social media groups. We did all this stuff. Well, the business started to grow, and I had to build a website because quotes were coming in, and even from these like generic black and white flyers that we rolled up and put on the mailboxes, driving around our local area. That actually, we did get a couple people from that. So as we started building that and our, word of mouth started growing, things like that, we started getting like more quote requests. But here I am, like he's all day mowing. Here I am working 40 hours plus a week. And I'm like, I cannot, I just don't have the time to sit here and answer all these quote requests. Not every quote turns into a customer. So I'm like, springtime was crazy. So I knew here's where the automation comes in, right? I have to automate this or we're not going to have a business or I'm going to have to quit. And it wasn't making enough money at that point. So I decided to make a website. But at the time, I thought, WordPress was the only option. I had no idea that we had all these like drag and drop builders, and not nearly as many as we do today. So I didn't even know themes existed. Okay, I just set out to build a website because I knew that we needed one. And I also knew that we needed a way to capture the information so that I could then start creating a quote. So that's what I set out to do. It took me about 6 months of binge watching YouTube videos and creating the world's ugliest, and I mean ugly, website on the planet. And I was so proud of it. It was so ugly, and I was so proud of it. But as my experience grew and as I started realizing there are a lot of other website builders that I could start using and all that, I started with another software company, started going down kind of just like dabbling in YouTube, kind of teaching people what I knew. At the same time, there was a pharmacist. I promise you, I'm getting to the good stuff here. At the time, there was a pharmacist that I worked with, and he opened his own pharmacy. And he's like, "How do you do this? And how do you do that? And how do I get customers? And how do I get reviews?" And so I would just tell him, as part of a conversation. And then one day he's like, "Can you just do this for me?" And I was like, what? I don't know if I could do that for you. I don't really I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I've done it for our business. I never thought about doing that for other people. And so because I liked teaching and because I just liked to help, and obviously I knew him, he worked all the time, double shifts, and I wanted him to be successful. So from my heart, I was like, okay, I'm going to help him. The first 14 days, and I told him I'm just going to do this for free because I was so insecure about my skills. I said, I'm going to just do this for free. We'll see how it goes. And the first 14 days, I brought him 14 new customers. All I knew how to do was post in local groups. And I legit was honest and said, hey, I filled out this, or I just got a prescription refilled and I saved a ton of money by going to this pharmacy. That's all I did. So I brought him 14 new customers. At that point, he was ready to sell me his firstborn child. He was just so happy that, he became my first client. So after I started helping him, he started referring me to all of his business owner friends. Within 7 months, I was quitting my pharmacy job and doing agency full time. Fast forward about a year, my mom passed away. She was 59. And while I was devastated for a couple weeks, I couldn't work. I just was so devastated. I just couldn't work. I'm sure we've all been there at some point. And I was thinking like, it's 2 weeks. I haven't done any work. I haven't even tried to get new clients. I haven't put out any content. what what do I need to do to make sure, if anything, because life happens. So what can I do to make sure that if this something like this happens again where I can't work, whether it's someone dies or a health issue, I need to put a system in place that I can earn reoccurring income, not this like you do a web design job for a company and then like the next month that job's over and now you're looking for a brand new web design. It's just a never ending cycle. As agencies, we need to have that reoccurring income. We need to have something sticky that's going to keep them even after the website's built or even after like whatever initial campaign that we've done. So that kind of sent me down this kind of affiliate marketing path, because I was thinking, all right, I'm already using this software for our local business. I've already built this system out. So why not just start doing YouTube videos and start showing people like how I did it? So then that's what I did. I started, I was affiliate marketing at that point, and I just was in love with the passive income. In love. The fact that someone can just click my link and then go sign up with this company, and then now they're like, I'm earning reoccurring income every single month. This is insane to me. But also, I had all of these like one-off services. And the beautiful thing is when you combine like affiliate marketing with services and coaching and reselling software, it's like an explosion of opportunities. It's absolutely amazing. So that's what I ended up doing. I actually, because I was making all this content for this software company, they actually hired me to be their local business marketing training and support specialist. So I did that for a year. During that time, because I was working with local business clients and agencies, I decided that the software was not, it was not, honestly, it wasn't that good. I felt like it was an integrity issue, like I can't really use this. My business is growing. I've outgrown this platform. I needed to find another platform. So when I asked all of my agency owner friends and clients, where's everyone going? And this was 3 years ago. So I was saying, where's everyone going? Because I want the best. I don't want to be moving around. I want the best. I swear, like 9 out of 10 of them said HighLevel. And this was 3 years ago. So they all were saying HighLevel. And I was like, okay, I don't even know what HighLevel is. So I'm just gonna like check it out. So someone created a sub account for me. And as soon as I logged in, I'm not kidding you, within 5 minutes, I was signing up for the SaaS plan. That's all I just was sold for life. So that is how I came to HighLevel. Now, having said all of that, and this is really an important part of your own coaching business and like how you want to formulate your offers, and you have to like know who your client is. And I'm going to get more into all of this, but when I left that software company, I thought, okay, well, why would I promote an affiliate offer when I can just white label my own SaaS? Duh. Why would I not make 100% of the income instead of saying, go, oh, okay, we'll build a website for you. Go sign up for this affiliate company. Because that's how we all used to do it before white label. Sign up for this, web host or software or whatever, and then we'll build, give us access, we'll build your website. And that's how we all did it. So when you're a high-level agency, there is no give us access, right? You could just create a sub account and build the website for them. So that was like no brainer. So then I'm reselling the software, right? And I brought like 70 clients with me. And as I was going through the process, the feedback I'm getting from all of my clients is, man, that's awesome. I would love to be able to, or my members, or the clients I'm reselling. That's awesome. I would love to be able to do this for my own business. So, like a great coach, I listen to my clients and I know really what's best for them is their own high-level agency. So if I'm going to focus on HighLevel, I need to provide solutions for the beginner who's not ready, maybe for HighLevel, or they're not really interested in the duplication aspects that are so amazing with HighLevel. And then there's the experienced agency owners who do need all the duplication. So I actually created my coaching program combining those things with additional software, because what we're doing as coaches is we have our target audience, and then what we want to do is be the solution for them. What do they need? If they're agency owners, they need their own high-level agency account. They probably need snapshots. They need coaching. They need support, because like all tools are great, but if you don't combine the tools with strategy, you're just going to be spinning your wheels for years and
I
years.
I love that, Bridget. So those of you that are, just trickling into the workshop, our reminders did go out a little late than planned. We had some time zone issues that we didn't correct. So apologies on that. You should get links now across the board. It could be a little late, but we've got it all corrected now. So as you are coming in, you've seen the streaming anywhere. If you look at the description, you should be able to see the Zoom link, and we are expecting hundreds and hundreds of people to be live today with us. So day one and two and three, really our main focus for the workshop is to help you launch your own community, right? And that's a feature that is built inside of High Level. I would say rather one of our newer features, maybe less than 4 or 5 months old or even newer. And it's got its own limitations and things like that, and I'm aware of it. But I want Bridget to come in and teach how to even think about building a ecosystem around your coaching program, or even a small business owner or an agency owner, whoever you are. Bridget, you've got your community up to almost 5,000 people, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go into the content you have planned for day one. And just as a quick favor from everyone, and this is to help us with the streaming itself, inside of the Zoom room, there is a link in the chat. If you click on that chat link, there's a direct live link that goes to Facebook page. And go to that Facebook page and add some comments inside of the streaming for me. Worst case scenario, tell me where you're checking in from. This is a great way to connect with fellow high levelers in general. And we see people meeting together all the time. There's lunch pop-up groups that happen, and there's almost 70,000 people in our community as well. So we feel pretty good to tell you and show you some, tips on how to grow a community and an ecosystem around it. Bridget, what do you have for us on day one of the 3-day workshop around communities?
My gosh, Paulson, I have so much. I have so much because I'm bringing the goods. Okay. I am
Oh, wow.
literally going to show you guys in this 3-day workshop. First of all, you can see my slides, right? I'm sharing this here, right?
We see your slides. Yep,
Cool.
absolutely.
Uh, Definitely shared my screen before and been talking and sharing the wrong screen. So, what I'm going to share with you guys today is not just how to create and automate your coaching business with high level communities, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this, but how you can build a workflow or a day that is conducive to the life that you're trying to build. Okay. A lot of us, we start with businesses and we end up working like 20-hour days for so long because we don't really have a plan. We don't have a strategy. We don't have like, okay, today I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then, like, literally a list that we're going to check off. I'm going to give you this whole system and checklist and all of these things that I'm going to show you because my goal is to make the tech stuff super, super simple. And I know, Paulson, you're not a techie person. I
Nope.
think you'll be able to set the system up with zero problems. Okay,
I
so,
trust you on this.
so, so
And also,
I,
before we go any further, I don't mean to interrupt you, Bridget, but before
yeah,
we
you're
go
fine.
any further, those of you that are watching and that don't have a high level account, if you stay through the whole workshop each end of each day, we'll provide you an access for a 30-day trial. And along with that, you'll get a ton of freebies and goodies from Bridget herself, workflows and snapshots and all kinds of cool stuff that she has planned, and she may even give you access to some of our communities or at least free resources as well. So stay through the whole entire workshop. We're going to be giving away some stuff towards the end of the call here. Keep going.
Right. So, um, so day one, I'm going to give you an overview of offers. I'm not going to like beat this to death. Okay. The reason is there's everyone here at like every coach has a different niche, right? And really the structure of an offer is the same no matter what you are coaching about, right? So I'm not going to like go way into this. I always say like I would rather show you than tell you, so I'm going to do a lot of hands-on demoing here. I just want to make sure that you have a good idea of like how to actually create offers, how to establish your brand, because if you establish your brand ahead of time before you even start with your system, oh my gosh, you'll see tomorrow when we go set this up. It's going to be so, so easy. And then, of course, I'm going to demo the system. Now, tomorrow, like I said, we're going to set up the system. I'm literally going to walk you through step by step, which I think is really important because I want you guys to see as a coach, me, I am your high level coach right now, right? I want you to see what you can do to provide systems for your clients. So even if your clients don't have to be coaches, it's great if they are, but they can be any, like if you're a financial coach and you have business customers, every business needs websites, they need systems. Okay. So if you are a coach of clients who are business owners, you need HighLevel. There's just no way around it. And at the end of this workshop, you're going to see exactly why I say that with my whole heart and enthusiasm. Okay. And then day 3, I am literally, like I told you, I'm going to show you my 4-hour workday strategy. Okay. There is a book called like 4-hour workday or something like that, but this is my own. Okay. I literally created this strategy out of my blood, sweat, and tears, out of working 40 hours a week and trying to grow a business or just multitasking. I think because of my 20 years in pharmacy, I'm very detail oriented and I don't like to waste time. So I'm very efficient. And so what I want you guys to know is that I literally, especially the last 2 years, I have built my business on HighLevel solely by going live 5 days a week, providing open office hours, sales calls, repurposing my content, and I'm going to share with you those traffic strategies as well. Okay, so my goal is that you guys just run your business 4 hours a day and then you go off and do what it is that you enjoy doing. Okay, we can make an extraordinary amount of money without working our lives away. Okay, so that's my main passion is to help people do that. So who's this workshop for? So if you're a beginner coach, obviously you can use the HighLevel tools to create your own system with all the automations and everything that you need for marketing. It's really a no-brainer. It's going to save you time and money because you have one subscription. And oh my gosh, the beauty of all the different pieces talking together instead of having to do what we used to do using like third-party softwares to like get them to talk to each other. And then with that comes all of like the techie stuff and like all the how do I get this to connect to that and APIs and all these things that are so overwhelming for new people. And you may not be a automations coach, right? You may not have ever done this before. So that's what's beautiful about HighLevel is you don't really have to have done that. And you're going to see when I show you the system, how easy that is to set up. Now, if you're an experienced coach, what's beautiful about this is you can actually create your system and then you can duplicate it. So even if you're a beginner and you're like, yeah, I don't even have a system, it's so important when you're choosing tools that you're going to build your business on that they're able to help you grow. The last thing you want to do is do what I did, build your business on one system and then have to completely rebuild on another platform. You really want to make sure that you're choosing a quality platform with great support so that you can, even if you don't need it now, it's important to know that you have that option in the future because if you're working and you're growing your business and you're doing these things that I'm going to teach you to do, your business is going to grow and you're going to need those things, even if right now you don't think that you will. Another great thing about HighLevel as an experienced coach is you can resell the software for reoccurring passive income. Okay. So I am a coach and I offer my coaching services. And if you sign up, you get, these tools. That's kind of an example of that. So how do you choose a niche? Well, you want to ask yourself really that I think a lot of people really complicate this, okay? But it's basically what do you know more than most people? Okay. If you're going to be a coach, you need to know more than most people. Otherwise, why are you being a coach? Right? Why are you going to help people that you've never done it before? It'd be like me trying to teach someone how to ride a motorcycle. I've never ridden that before. So why would I be a ride your motorcycle coach? Right. So who could benefit from your help? Right. So what do you know more than most? And who would benefit from what you know? So who's your perfect client? So you're going to ask yourself this, who needs my help? And what are their problems? Okay. So if I am an expert at, having a lawn care business, I mean, I could have totally done that. But if I wanted to do that, okay, I know more about promoting your lawn care business than the average person. So then what are lawn care business owners' problems? That's what we want to ask ourselves when we're trying to figure out, oh, who's my perfect client? So what is your offer? Okay. Again, ask yourself, what can I provide to help my perfect client? coaching is great. What else can you provide? Because we want, sometimes coaching clients, sometimes they kind of drift off, especially if you have a low ticket coaching program, they kind of drift out of the system or your network, they're not really like opening emails, but what can you do to provide solutions for them? I love software, okay, because even if they're not engaging with your coaching, they're still going to be using the software. So it really kind of helps with the stickiness. And then also, how can I position my program as a solution to their problems? Okay. It's like we could all have a HighLevel agency, but we need to pick the perfect client because that's where we're going to create all of our content around, right? If I have HighLevel and my niche is lawn care business owners, then now I'm going to talk about how to build a website for your lawn care business, how to create an email campaign for your lawn care business. So then it's really easy once you figure out what you're going to be a coach of and who your perfect client is. Now you know how you can, help them and create a business around being the solution that they're looking for. So when we're creating our value ladder, this is just an example, okay? This is also kind of how I have built the system that I'm going to share with you. So step one is like, we're going to give something in exchange for contact information. Now we're going to use this free community, okay? When we are creating content, we're going to say our call to action is, and hey, if you like this, join my free community. Or hey, if you want this ebook, join my free community. It's in the ebook. Or hey, if you like this training, check out my course that's in my community. So the beautiful thing about the HighLevel communities is once you get it set up, it already has that, like, you can grant access to them, right? But it already has that login page. And then once they have created their account in your free community, it goes right to your HighLevel account. So you don't have to worry about creating a form and setting up the automations and then sending them their access and doing all those things. It's already done for you. So it's literally once you create your community, you're just sharing that link, right? So now the next thing is that's basically our lead magnet, right? Lots of people use different types of lead magnets, but that's basically the lead magnet. Now, the next thing, obviously, is the paid community. So they come into our free community, and then the next step is we want them to upgrade to our paid community. So obviously, we need to offer more value and some type of incentive. What benefits do the paid community members receive that the free community members do not? So the next step is software. So we're monetizing it, right? So it's the software. So HighLevel, you can resell HighLevel. You could promote HighLevel as an affiliate offer, or you could have completely different affiliate opportunities. Maybe you're a coach, like I said, of like financial services, and you have like when I was helping pharmacies, we had a HIPAA compliance. I had a HIPAA compliance partner. And of course, one of the problems that all pharmacies have, especially small ones, is the being compliant with HIPAA and staying up on all of that. It's a really expensive fine. And so I partnered with a company who provided all of those resources and services and audits and things like that for the pharmacies. So if I was creating a community of pharmacy business owners or something like that, I could monetize that with that affiliate offer as just one of the ways of monetizing. What I love about affiliate offers is it's so easy. If you're a beginner, it's just like, hey, here's a video about how cool this is. Click the link. Now you're earning reoccurring income. Of course, you could also resell software as your own brand, and now you have even more opportunities. So the next step here is private coaching. And I always put private coaching or anything that you're going to spend your time doing at the top of my value ladder. Okay. Free community, that costs me nothing and it costs me no time. Paid community, depending on what you're offering, honestly, I don't offer anything more for the paid community as far as coaching than I do the free community because I offer software and other additional tools. So if you're a paid member of my program, you get all kinds of stuff. And then so these are like my 3 stages in the value ladder, right? It just depends on if you're in the paid community, what level are you on the paid community? All these things are passive income for me. Okay. Now you get to the private coaching. And this is, when I talk about being efficient, like it's great. You're going to make a lot of money in private coaching. I definitely could do that. But does that build the day that I want in my life? No, I don't want to do private coaching all day long. So that's just me. And maybe you love it, maybe you want to do it, but I really don't. I don't want to. I love the group. Like I love this live interaction. I love the group coaching. But there are times, even though I do a massive amount of training and coaching and all that, there are times that people just need they just need to focus, right? They just need that private time with you to say, look, I've watched all the videos and I hear this all the time. I watch all your videos, I've taken all the courses, but I have a specific like need, or I have a specific problem, or my automations just like I'm not getting the result that I want. Those types of problems are the things that I want to be available to solve for them. So I put that at the top of my value ladder because that's what I'm using my time for. All these other things, I can earn income. I could not use my time. I could go away to the high level summit for a week and I will still be making sales and doing all these things and everybody's happy, right?
Yep.
So now the next thing is services. All right. Now, a lot of times, especially if you are providing coaching for business clients, they need services. So they need like websites and they need, campaigns built or whatever your niche is, there's always going to be services that you can provide. Now, if you don't want to provide the services yourself, just partner with another agency. You can go to directory.gohighlevel.com. You can find a smorgasbord of certified partners that can help you. So don't feel like just because you're providing services that you need to do the services. Okay. What we want as coaches, we want to save our time for the people that we're coaching and not get lost in the services part because that always happens too. Okay. So let's create our brand profile and then we're going to go dive in. We're actually going to funnel hack me. Okay. I'm going to show you my whole system in a minute.
I've heard
Um,
that term before.
yeah,
Real quick,
yeah.
real quick, Bridget. So let's do a quick temperature check. How many of you are in the coaching world? Again, the Zoom chat is intentionally turned off by design. If you go there, you find a link to the Facebook page streaming, and the Facebook page is where I'm actually paying attention when it comes to comments, as we are live across almost all of our social channels right now, including all the 3 or 4 Facebook groups we have. So give me a yes in the chat if you are considering launching an information product. What I mean by that is a coaching oriented product or education driven product. Whether you're doing live, like live, evergreen, pre recorded, it doesn't matter, a course, a lead magnet. Give me a yes in the chat if you're considering to leverage education in your industry as a offer, as a potential gateway to build your brand. Give me a yes in the chat. Now, give me a one in the chat if you have already launched and you have a free community up. Even if it's not inside of high level, that's okay. I know some of you have school communities and Kajabi communities and teachable communities. We forgive you. No worries. Don't worry. But give me a one in the chat if you have an environment of either your students coming together, clients coming together, customers coming together. And that gives us a good temperature check as people are answering here. So, Bridget, what do you mean by create a brand profile? Why is this important before we get started with building a community?
Honestly, because there's so many, and this is where I go back to being efficient. Okay. When we don't have a plan and a strategy, what we end up doing is staring at a screen with all these things running through our minds. And we're like, okay, I saw a video somewhere where somebody said I needed to create a color palette. Oh my gosh, where I don't know how to create logos. Okay, somewhere like when I'm setting this up, now I need like a profile picture, like a headshot. If you have all of those things created ahead of time, just even like stored in this little checklist that I'm going to give you, it is going to make your setup of everything, social media, platforms, your high level account, your websites, everything is just going to be so much more simple and fast. It's also going to help you like stay on brand, right? We want to have a consistent color palette. We want to choose a dark color, a light color, and a bright color. That's going to you guys will see when your brand is all over YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and all these different platforms, we should be able to just go from tab to tab to tab to tab, and it's going to look like the same brand, the same company. We should be able to go to your website and it has all the same colors. And I don't mean like pinks, I mean the exact pink color that you use on everything, right? So we want to just, by pulling these things together ahead of time, it will just save you so much frustration and keep you out of your head and keep you moving forward with the tasks.
Love it.
So the next thing is create a logo, right? And if you guys, if you're so overwhelmed with the logo process, there's so many third-party tools that can easily create this. You could probably even use like the HighLevel image AI to create some type of logo for you. If you're absolutely overwhelmed by this, there's also freelancer websites that you can go to, or go to directory.gohighlevel.com. I'm sure there's some certified partner that can create a logo for you. But all you really need is just a light version and a dark version. So whatever your logo is, you just need to have two different versions so that when you're putting it on a light page, it shows up, and when you're putting it on a dark page, it shows up. Okay, really, really simple. And then also we need to create a headshot. So in this system that I've built for you, we're really focused on promoting the coach, right? Because we all have coaching businesses. And even if you're an established coach with like a huge, like organic, referral network, if you're just getting online, you're going to want your face everywhere. Okay. So we want it on our bio links. I'm going to show you. We want it on our social media platforms. We want it everywhere, right? So you're going to need a picture of yourself. So obviously you want a solid one, and then you want a transparent background. Okay. Really self-explanatory. You want the transparent background for your graphics and different things like that.
And you're speaking towards the entire coaching brand, and
Yes.
does that have to correlate with your personal brand? What about your agency brand? What about the affiliate side? Like,
Yeah.
is it better to just have, the same fuchsia color for all of them, or the same dark gray, or whatever you're going with, or is it separated? Just,
I
now I'm trying to think outside the box here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a good question. I love, because look, and we're going to talk about this here when I'm talking about like purchasing domains, because really you need two separate businesses, but the same. Okay. So your color palette should be the same for everything. And you'll understand when I start going into the details of like the bio link, because even if we have 55 different websites or funnels, we want, no matter where they click that has to do with our brand, we can actually, like on the bio link, you can connect 55 different websites if you want to, right? But what we want is when they click anywhere, they're seeing our brand. It could be a different domain and no one will notice, but they are going to notice if they're on a website with purples and oranges and then they go to a website that's like blues and greens. It makes people feel like they've gone to a completely different business. And we're not trying to create an additional business. We're just trying to promote a business as a whole. Okay. So that's a perfect. I think you were looking at my slides, Paulson, because that was a
Yeah.
perfect segue to this, what I'm talking about now. Um,
I'm actually not. I'm being
yeah, no,
distracted
I'm
on the
kidding.
live comments, but yeah,
Yeah,
we had this come up inside of High Level.
yeah,
We had meetings around this. We have workshop branding, regular high level branding. We have obviously the SaaSpreneur brand, which is a total like a whole different lane on its own. But the rest of the branding, it all complements each other in one way or another.
yeah. Yeah, it was really a great question. I was only kidding about that. But it leads us right into what I was getting ready to talk about your personal and your business brand. Okay, when you have a huge company like HighLevel, you can do that. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to have like different brands because it's HighLevel, right? But also when you're a coach though, you want to promote yourself. Okay. You need to promote yourself, but you need a professional business because you need a Google listing. Okay. And you don't want to be like, what's your Google listing? Bridget Bartlett. It's just like, if I was searching for a business coach, I would not be interested in Bridget Bartlett. I would be interested in like a business that has coaches, because to me, that feels like more established, more professional. But and that's why I would purchase a domain that has like yourbusinessname.com. Okay. But the next part of that is we want to create a domain with our personal name. And it doesn't mean that it can be like it has to be separate. You can actually just create like a subdomain like bridgetbartlett.yourbusinessname.com if you want to. But when you are the coach and you're creating all this content that I'm going to show you how to do, you are branding yourself. Okay. You want to brand yourself because that's really what they're signing up for. You're a coach, right? They're not signing up for software, they're signing up for your business as a coach. So when we're on social media and we're creating content, we want to say, hey, go to bridgetbartlett.com or whatever, you know? So it does help when you have the two different domains, one for your business and one for your coach name. Okay. Now, the next thing that you need, pretty self-explanatory, you just need a business email. Okay. Don't use Gmail. It looks really, really unprofessional. And when you're using HighLevel, you want to set up your email sending domain that I'm going to show you exactly how to do. But you want to just make sure that all communications, you're presenting yourself as a professional. I think a lot of times with coaches too, it can sometimes be, a lot of people who are very experienced call themselves coaches. So if you are a good coach, you want to make sure that your experience is relayed in your brand. Okay. When I see someone using a Gmail, like I'm sure you guys could all say, if you're calling a plumber today and you look at their listing and you see they have a Gmail email account, that tells me one, I don't know if they're even in business anymore. Two, that just looks really unprofessional to me. And they're probably not insured. They probably don't have a lot of reviews. These are all instant things that I'm going to think of if it's like a Gmail. Okay, so just get your person or your email address. You need two domains. You need an email address that matches your domain. Okay, so enough talking and enough of these slides. Let's just funnel hack me. Okay, so you'll see I practice what I preach. This is my bio link. What we want to do is we want to create content and we're going to send people to our bio link. And you can see here that I have everything that I do, right? I'm promoting this webinar. You can join our program. I have free courses, which is my free community. I have a shop that I've built on HighLevel, all of my coaching replays, which are in the blog posts that blog builder HighLevel has. I have join open office hours, which is how I am going to show you to have a 4-hour workday. Also booking my appointments, all built on HighLevel, and then reviews. All this is HighLevel, right? I even have my little chat widget here for HighLevel. But this is my brand. You can see it's purples and oranges and all of that. And you can see no matter where you go here, it's purples and oranges. It's very congruent, right? If I go to free courses, you go into my free area here. If I go to top resources, all of this is my brand, even though they're all different websites. Okay. So when we go to, and this is, I really wanted to show you this because I get this question a lot, especially from people who are interested in promoting HighLevel as an affiliate and a reseller. You can do them both, but you have to know your target audience. Me as a coach, I love automations. All my business is built off of HighLevel. So that's what I focus a lot of my coaching on. It's the foundation of my coaching program. Okay. Because like I said, HighLevel is awesome, but there's so many different features and different ways of using HighLevel. It can just be completely overwhelming for people sometimes. So you just need a strategy. And I always tell people, don't go in thinking you're going to be an expert of HighLevel. Just go in with a task that you want to complete and then walk through and learn what you need to do. But I've already built all this for you. So you can see here that this is my main website, right? And then they can join as a client, they can join as an affiliate. And then of course, even when you click in here, like you can see, you can program for free. I have, here's a white label software, right? I'm just saying, here's what we're going to offer. Here's all of this other stuff. And here's the plan, sign up to be a HighLevel affiliate. All right. So once you sign up, if you go to my free community, you see all of my training here. You can see I have lots of posts here. And then you'll also see, I also have a few other communities. So I have our paid members community, and then I have a certified partners community here as well. Okay. So
So
that's
that is
basically,
inside of what you just showed is inside of HighLevel, right?
Yep. Yeah, you can actually embed your community inside of HighLevel as well
Right. So when
here.
your clients are logging in on the left side, they'll get a
Right.
tab that just says go to the group or go to the community or go to the channel or Discord or whatever you want to call it. That's just the way it would function.
Yeah. So let's talk about the back end part of it, okay? Because HighLevel's such a beast. If and I'm literally working on a series right now where I'm literally going through the HighLevel features. I'm live 5 days a week on my YouTube channel, and I'm literally going through each of the tabs here. And each of these tabs easily takes 30 minutes. I'm not gonna like spend all of that. And honestly, when you're demoing HighLevel, what you want to do is like you guys are coaches, right? Or you're interested in being a coach. You don't need or even need to know about all of the different features. So let's walk through the customer journey. And then I'm going to show you all the moving pieces. And then, of course, this is the basic foundational knowledge of HighLevel, but tomorrow we're going to get like deep into the weeds. We're going to set all this up. You guys are going to be absolutely blown away at the things that you can do. So let's go through the customer journey. I was talking about the bio link, okay? So I love using a bio link, and you can see this it will all be easily customized with your own logo and name and all of that stuff. But the bio link is a very simple way of basically promoting your coaching services without needing to worry about copywriting and all of that, because this is going to go to warm traffic. And it's going to go to warm traffic because of what I'm going to show you on day 3, how you can actually get warm traffic to your bio links. Okay. So there's only 3 things. Well, if we want them to follow our social media channels, that would be another thing. But there's 3 things that you can do here. All right. Or actually 4 if we include contacting us. You can join our pro community, join the free community, or book a call. Okay. Now that's the basic thing that we want people to do. We don't really need to worry about here are all the benefits and here whatever, because then people get lost, right? So we just want to have this simple link where people can see everything that we do and they can contact us. And then we're going to, when we're creating this content, we're just going to send everyone here. Okay. Because it's real simple. You watch this video. If you like this, click here, right? We don't have to like change up our offers every single video that we put. We can just send them here. Okay. Now, the next thing, when we send them there, of course, they are going to either book an appointment or they are going to join one of our communities. Okay. So if we go into the membership tab here, you'll see that we have 2 different communities. We have the free members. And remember, this is going to be our main call to action. This is going to be where we are creating the content and we're saying, hey, if you want to join our free community, we have XYZ. And then now they become a member of the community. Okay. There's lots of things that we can do inside of the community. We'll talk in detail tomorrow, but this is the basic setup of your free community. And then of course you have the paid community, which is great because if they're in your free community and they're like, hey, what's this paid community? I didn't even know there was a paid community. And then they can actually, join. I'm already a member here, but it would say like your price, right? And then they the ability to join your paid. So we're getting them in our free community. In the free community, we're talking about all the cool things that we're doing. And hey, if you want to become a paid member, here's how you do it, right? That's our basic structure there. So now when they join the community, okay, all of these things are pretty much automated. Okay. So we have when they become a new member, did you say something? Okay.
No, no, I'm following. Yep.
Okay. So when they become a new member, we have all of these automations set up, right? But without getting into the techie stuff, I want to show you this is really the part that I love so much about HighLevel. Okay. So they become a free member. We can set this up to automatically updates our sales pipeline. Okay. We can look at our dashboard and we can see all of the opportunities, the opportunity value, the conversion rates. We can see which stages. So how many free members, how many paid members, how many canceled. We can build all of these things out to make it like a no-brainer, right? Now, when people are contacting us, even outside the community, whether they're doing it on our chat widget or whatever. We have one place where we can communicate. And honestly, this is my go-to place in HighLevel. This is the window that I keep open all day long. This is where I can easily see no matter who's contacted me on Facebook, on Google Business, or an email, or they've called me, or a text message, all of that. All of those conversations I can find easily here in this one place. So that's where I am at all day long. Okay. Now, the next thing, of course, we need to send emails, and I'm going to show you how you can automatically send emails when you upload a YouTube video. So you're again, this is all built for you. But we need to build out that campaign. We're going to do that on day
Yeah.
3.
And real
Okay.
quick, those of
Yeah.
you that are watching, is this helpful? Give me a one in the chat if you're learning few little snippets and like, a couple of small items that you're like, you know what, that I didn't realize that was possible. Like, give me a one in the chat if we're following through. Are we going too fast? Do you want us to slow down? Do you want more of a macro picture, or do you want us to go into details? Give me a temperature check in general for those of you that are watching live, and I can help navigate the call here to your liking. But yeah, keep going if you don't mind.
So if we're following along here, we have our websites, okay? And of course, I've built a more detailed website. I'll go in that more with you, but this would be like, if you're more experienced, as you start growing, you just have more options, right? So we just want to like, how can I help you get the result you want? All of this stuff is easily updated. You're going to be wowed tomorrow with all of that. Book a private coaching session. I do recommend you have a blog. HighLevel has a blog builder, also reputation management. And then you want to choose your plans and your benefits, right? So what are you going to give to your free members? What are you going to give to your pro members? And then you just simply have two plans. They click the button, they go to your community. So there's no like when we set up our community, there's no like having to really work with the automation so much. Like I said, all that's done for you, but we're just adding the link to our communities. And then of course, everyone needs to add frequently asked questions. And even if you don't know some of these things, for example, if you don't have a blog yet, or you don't have reviews yet, or you don't know what the frequently asked questions are, I would definitely suggest creating some questions that you probably think they're going to ask. But this is so easy. Just delete, and move on. Now you have a completely working system. All right. Now, tomorrow, like I said, we're going to dive into this with like the nuts and bolts and show you how everything works. But you'll see that I have done a lot of this for you. So what happens when you get a free member? What happens when you get a paid member? What happens when they cancel the appointment reminders? So if they decide to book with you, obviously we want to send them reminders. And then I love to use the newsletter tag. So when I get and this is just one example, when I get a new contact created, I might ask, do they have an email? It's not empty. Then if it's not empty, I want to add a newsletter tag. And really, we need to do that, right? Because like I told you in the conversations tab, we have everyone contact, they may contact us on Facebook Messenger and we have their Facebook Messenger contact, but we don't have their email address. So we want to make sure when we are sending emails that we're only sending them to people that have like a valid email address. I do a lot of things with this newsletter tag. You can definitely check out my training on my YouTube channel for that. But we're going to dive really deep into this tomorrow. My goal tomorrow is to make sure now that you guys won't have the snapshot that I'm giving you or this checklist, which let me show you, until uh, 30 days from now. But I want you guys to start thinking. Let's go through this checklist real fast here because I want you guys to start thinking about, here's day 1, okay? I want you guys to start thinking about like your domains, okay? And if you don't have a domain yet, just go ahead and purchase it because by the time you get this system, you are going to be ready to rock and roll like nobody's ever done before, okay?
Do you
So,
mind zooming in to maybe 140 on the top left corner? It says 100. Go to maybe
good.
yeah, perfect. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. So, what you want to do is you want to purchase those 2 domains that I just went through with you, right? Purchase your name if you haven't already, and then your business name. probably already have that. Like I said, it's not required that you do your name, but it's so nice and people remember the names. Like I promise when this webinar is over, you're not going to remember my business name, but you will remember my name. Okay. So that's another reason I like to just use my name because people will remember it. Okay. Over your business name. Now, the next thing, of course, create your coaching email address. Choose your color palette. So you definitely want a primary, secondary, and a tertiary color. So basically 3 colors. And if you just paste these things in here, just having this as a guide, when we go to set this up, you're going to see how fast and easy this actually can take place. Okay. So get your logo, your dark color, light color. I recommend 200 by 200. A lot of people get overwhelmed by the size. So I've put that there for you. And then also create a headshot and that 200 by 200. So just whatever your profile picture is. And then you want to create a favicon, okay, like 16 by 16. So if you guys create this content, of course, you can upload a lot of that to your media folder here, media storage. And when you upload that, of course, this is easily accessible all over your account. I love that HighLevel just put this on the side here now.
Yeah, I was
That's a
gonna
new,
ask you. I haven't seen that. Is
yeah.
it new?
Yeah, I just saw that yesterday or the
Mm,
maybe a couple days ago. I noticed it was over here now instead of the
pretty
sites
cool.
tab. So yeah, you could just upload your files there, and then that way tomorrow, oh my gosh, you guys are gonna really. I I know because I do this training a lot. I know the reaction everyone's gonna have tomorrow because there's no way that you've ever seen an onboarding take like 15 minutes. When we're talking about branding the funnels, like adding location names to the funnels, like, I mean, setting up like the emails, sending domain and connecting domains. It is absolutely insane the things that we can do in HighLevel. So what I love about it and why I wanted to make sure to do this live is because I can tell you all these things are cool about HighLevel, but when you see it in action, when you see me load that snapshot into the account, and then you see me just do a few things, and then now everything is updated. It will make you think about, oh my gosh, because if I could provide that for my clients, and if I could actually onboard clients in like 15 minutes, the sky's the limit. I mean, now where I used to onboard a client and it would take hours or days, I could legit onboard a client in 15 minutes. So now, how many clients can you afford to take on without hiring a team? That's
I
the
love it.
magic of HighLevel.
I love it. And a lot of times we talk about these things, so nonchalant, while these types of capabilities are not possible with many systems out there, right? We sometimes we take it for granted that everything is inside of high level, everything works so perfectly and it's really fast. And I mean, I'm part of the team, so I might be a little biased, but I do know quite often where we stand in the tech stack competitiveness of it and the development of it. Every single day, new features are rolling out. Every single week, we have 20, 30 new features that are rolling out while building existing features that are leveling up on its own. So it's development by democracy in a sense, and the input comes from all of you that are customers and experts that are leveraging the system. So I'm really, really excited to kind of see how you take, I don't know, the 1,000 features and play it into one big or one big orchestrated song, if that's the right word, or opera song or whatever, and coordinate all of it. I'm excited for it. So what should we have prepped for tomorrow in general? Do you have homework for us? Like what's a game plan? And as we kind of go through rest of the stuff for today.
Yeah. So I honestly, and I'll share this right now because I know you guys can't access it yet. But definitely just take notice of this checklist, okay? Because I promise you, like you'll see day 2, we're going way into detail with this stuff, right? I'm showing you how to import the snapshot, load it, connect a payment gateway, configure your calendar, connect domains. And this seems like so much stuff. But when you see when we get down here to this part here, um, completing the custom, we're literally going to like copy and paste this info, like your favicon headshot, primary colors, all those things. We're going to copy and paste this into like a form, and then it's going to like magic update all the websites, the emails, like all the
Wow.
automations, all of that stuff is going to be then branded to you literally within a matter of minutes. It's so crazy. But it's like I said, I this is it's you're so right, Paulson, because if you ever did this stuff before, you know it's not even just the expense and the time that it takes to get all these different softwares to talk to each other, but it's also the techie part. And inevitably, your business will change. So here's the cycle everyone gets into, right? They do something super techie. They don't know how to do it. So they either hire someone or they spend hours or days or months trying to accomplish this task, right? So then something changes. And then they're like, oh, great. Well, I need to now hire someone else again to fix the problem, or I need to spend hours or months trying to figure out how to change it. What we want to do by using HighLevel is there's no multiple platforms, nothing that you need to relearn, right? You just select a new option in the workflow. It's insane. You guys, I've done it both ways. I've done it the old school way where you like, oh, it's so frustrating. And when it's frustrating for us as agency owners, it's also frustrating to the clients as well. Okay. So it's also going to cost more. So if I need to set up your system the old school way, I'm probably going to charge thousands of dollars because
Yeah.
there's so much time and effort that goes into it. If I'm going to set them up on HighLevel, I could probably offer it free because it takes 15 minutes.
Yeah. And true confession, when people hear the words all in one, it's too good to be true.
Totally.
It's like, another one of those platforms with 1,000 features that don't really function the way they advertise. And I'm proud to say we're a little different. I mean, I don't mean to be.
It's a lot different, Paulson. I tell people like I'm not a fan because I'm an affiliate. I'm an affiliate because I'm a fan. I
Yeah,
started with HighLevel because I needed a solution for my business.
yeah,
And HighLevel seemed like a no-brainer solution. The fact I could resell seemed super cool, even though that wasn't even like I focused on affiliate until, I mean, still reselling and all that. But until here recently, I just focused on affiliate marketing.
yeah.
Um, it's too exciting, honestly. Like I get super geeked out about this stuff. It's too exciting. It's like if you go to a really great restaurant and you're like, oh my gosh, they had the best steak I've ever had. And then you want to go tell everybody or put on Facebook and you're taking pictures like, oh my gosh, look at this steak. It was so amazing. That's how I feel with HighLevel. So if you feel like that about something, why not tell everybody? It's too exciting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, have we covered uh everything that you wanted to share for day one, or are there anything else we're missing before we go do potentially a Q&A? We can, if we have time, quick, 15-minute Q&A. But
Yeah.
anything else that you need to kind of build the foundation on? So tomorrow we're just like bam, 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 rapid firing.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow. See, I don't want to overwhelm everyone, right? We talked
Yeah.
about a lot of information. There's a lot of moving parts. Tomorrow, now that I've given you a good overview, tomorrow I really want to get into the nuts and bolts of it because one, I wish that I could see everyone's faces because I love like the wow factor, and I'm like, hey, look at what we just did. Um, so that, but also to really understand like how all the parts work so well together, you just really kind of have to dive into the system. And so that's really what I want to focus on tomorrow. So gonna be
Okay,
a fun day.
awesome. The couple of questions I have in mind personally, as you were just kind of sharing some the fundamental pillars of how this is. I'm not a techie. I'm not an analytical person. I need the bigger view. I'm a macro person, right? So, how do we make money on this? How much should we charge? Who are we selling it to? These are the some of the questions I have in my mind that I haven't been able to kind of like check the box on.
So honestly, I don't like to talk about how much you should charge, and here's why. And this is my answer that I tell everyone. I have no idea, to be honest. I have no idea. I mean, are you a beginner coach? because you probably are not going to be able to charge $1,000 an hour if you're a beginner coach. Do you have any other resources available for them? What is going to be the benefit of a free member and a paid member? And to charge a paid membership, what is going to be included in there? You know, if you have a whole suite of high level tools that is going to be included in the coaching program, well, obviously now we're charging what, 297 for the high level tools, and then whatever coaching that you're providing on top of that. And maybe you have additional courses, and maybe you provide like a done for you setup, or maybe you want to add like a package where you have, you know, a free, or not free, but like an included private coaching session once a month. These are all things when we're creating our offers and we're thinking about our value ladder that we need to include in all of that to really come up with a good price. I'm going to charge a lot more for a private consultation than someone who just started coaching. When I first started coaching, I was charging $47 an hour. $47 an hour. But to me, at that point, I was still building a brand. I didn't have like loads of experience where I felt like I could really charge more an hour.
That
So
makes
that's kind
total
of my
sense.
response to the
Yeah.
pricing.
So do you recommend if I'm starting off as a brand new coach, that I put together maybe a free community and kind of use it as a beta environment for me to iron out my offer, maybe iron out my curriculum or the cadences that the students or communities or whoever my customers are may like. Is that the mentality?
You know, if you had no audience, you've never coached before, you have no community, no Facebook group at all, no nothing, all you need is that free community. All you need is really the system that I'm going to show you. Because if you have a bio link and you're creating live content, which is I'm going to show you. And if you're nervous already about live, I was afraid to say live at first because I know so many people are like, live? I don't even get on videos. I want to tell you, get over yourself, okay? Because here's why. It's not about you. Okay. It's not about you. It's about the value that you're providing. And if you're having consultations as a coach, you're already on camera. Okay. So we're going to talk about live. There's also another reason because pre-recorded videos take more time. When I was doing pre-recorded videos, I would first you have to shoot them and you'll do like 50,000 retakes. Then you'll have to edit them and you'll have to cut out all your ums and okays and all the things that I obsessively do. And then now, before you know it, this one video that you wanted to create has now taken 4 hours to do. I don't have time for that. All right. I don't even want to make time for that. Okay. And I know that lots of us are busy too. And if you're going to spend 4 hours doing something, why not spend an hour doing the things I'm going to tell you to do so that they're more effective, and then spend those other 3 hours on paid private consultations or something else that's going to actually make you money?
Absolutely. So anything else we need to cover for day one?
I
You
don't
feel
think
pretty
so.
good? Okay, cool. So if you don't mind, can you talk about the offer we have for the workshop? So go highlevel.com/. Bridget Bartlett offer. And I do know that's a 30-day trial. If somebody is out there on the fence, just not fully inside high level yet, Bridget, what are you providing for them if they do jump into this? And I just dropped a link inside of the Zoom chat for those of you that are wanting this specific workshop offer. And that's different than Bridget's regular affiliate offer, just so you know. This is part of the workshop that you're going to get. Bridget, can you talk about why they should jump into a high level trial to begin with?
Well, I'm going to give you the system that I built for you. I'm going to give you this checklist that I've created. I don't want to go too deep into the checklist because I do talk a lot about traffic strategies and things that we're going to talk about on Wednesday. So I'm going to give you that. The goal of this is to, just like I said, it's to give you a plan. Okay. So I am considering myself everyone's high level coach right now. Okay. So I'm giving you the plan, and this is what we want to do for our clients. And I always say, like, if you, I practice what I preach. Okay. So everything that I talk about, I do for my own business, I also share publicly with everyone. Even when I'm using white label tools, I tell you what I'm using. Okay. Because it's really all about the value. So I want to give you everything that you need to ensure that you can get this coaching business set up, that you can start your free community. And look, I'm telling you, there's lots of free communities or community softwares that you can use, but you need the ability to white label. You want to control your brand. You don't want to be relying on social media to build your community. Even if you rely on it to get leads, you want to be sending them to your free community. Okay. So all of this is you're going to get for signing up. Now, of course, that's in addition to my normal bonuses that you're going to get also. So you're going to get my all of my coaching. You'll get access to my paid group as well. You're also going to get, and you guys, I'm not kidding when I tell you I'm live 5 days a week. I am available for open office hours 5 days a week. You can join me for support. You can join me for strategy questions, whatever you want to do. We have a weekly Q&A on Fridays where everyone has the opportunity to win a free private coaching session with me, because everything that I've built is in an effort to make sure that you are successful with your HighLevel account.
I love it. Thanks for sharing those notes. What can they expect tomorrow? What are they going to cover day two? I know we're going to go in the app and we're going to go really in engineering mode of just building, building, building. And so it's hard to articulate what we're going to do inside the app. I get that. But what can they expect tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to get our whole system set up. Okay. We're going to create the communities. We're going to talk about the websites and how all those things work. We're going to make sure that everything is customized, because Wednesday is going to be traffic day. Wednesday is going to be the day. See, this is all setup stuff. This is all preliminary for the good day, which is Wednesday. So don't miss that either. Because if you get the day one task created and lined up, right, you're going to see on day two how we're going to use those resources to just quickly get onboarded with HighLevel. I also want to make sure to go into detail and show you guys all the nuts and bolts of how that works. But if you follow day one and day two, by the time we get to day three, oh my gosh, you guys are going to be blown away, because there's some things that I hate. Wasting time. I don't like doing demo calls. So I'm going to show you how you can actually combine your sales calls, your coaching calls, and the training and content. We're going to combine all of that in 1 hour a day.
Wow, awesome. So just so you know, tomorrow is gonna be probably a longer day. It's gonna be a heavier day. So be prepared for that. We'll cut short on today in general, and we'll get going. And throughout the rest of the day, if you put comments in any of the streaming or any of the area Facebook groups or pages, Bridget and I will go through and answer as much as we can. So with that being said, that's it for day one. Tomorrow, day two, that is at 12 o'clock EST, New York time for those of you that are international. And we'll probably spend at least 2 hours tomorrow going through a ton of different things, the back end, the workflows, the automations, and it's all really a lead up setup for day three, which is the most exciting day in my opinion. But Bridget, thanks for joining us for day one.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, bye for now, everybody. If you're watching this on replay, let us know that you're watching it on replay. We'll have the offer links for those of you that want to jump into the trial offer. If you do jump into the trial offer, you get all the resources, the snapshots, the paid access to Bridget's groups and things like that. And that's in addition to her normal affiliate offers out there as well. So it's a great opportunity to jump over the fence and give HighLevel a try if you wanted to. But again, this workshop is around building a community around your coaching program. And you can watch this even if you're not in the coaching world, because you may want to build a community for your customers, and some of your customers may see themselves as an expert in their industries as well. So it's a great opportunity to be very versatile in the world of communities as a whole. But either way, bye for now. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.